Okay, so have you ever been in a room where somebody way across the room was talking, but the sound was up on the TV or the radio and you couldn't hear them, like it was too loud? Well, the logical thing to do would be to turn down the volume on whatever's making the noise, like the volume on the TV or the volume on the radio. Well, with art, we kind of see that too. All of this shading that's happening underneath here is making it really hard for me to find the edges of the line. This line was easy. This is going to get really hairy and tricky. No pun intended. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can quiet down or turn down the volume. I'm going to do it on this one first so that you can kind of see. This one's got some tricky spots. And what you want to do, mine is kind of fuzzy and if you're looking at the edges of it, and so it'd be hard to find where is your edge. If you squint, like take your eyes and kind of squint, you can see those edges pop forward a little bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let me do this one actually because it's higher up. So we're going to squint at this and find our edges. Well, if I'm not sure where those are, I can use this to kind of help me. For instance, I can trace right on top, and if this ever happens to you, like my Sharpie is not working, sometimes it rubs against the transparency and it picks up dust. You have to kind of jump start it by scribbling on the side. Make sure you're not in your regular grid. There we go. And then I'm going to find the outer edge, and I'm squinting to do this, of where that hits. Okay, so it's still confusing me. Let's say it is. All right. Then I can take a piece of paper, fold it, or just stick something underneath. You can also just fold a piece of paper, whatever you want to do. And basically what I'm doing is taking it and sliding it underneath the grid between the paper and the grid and the transparency. Now, all of that like visual sound of shading and everything else that's getting in our way and making it hard for us to see edges, we can kind of turn down the volume. So then I would know, well, that doesn't come from the corner. It's probably going to go right there. And then there's this happening almost, it's a little bit past halfway, which is like right there. And then this is happening halfway, so I would find that mark there, and then that way I could find this, because between the two is that. Does this line straight or does it curve? And where does it curve? So it doesn't curve up here, it curves right there, kinda. So I may have to mess with it a little bit. I feel like it does that. And then this one doesn't come to the corner, it comes about right here. It's almost a quarter of the way. And I want to look at the spacing here, because that could tell me if this line's wrong or not, because I feel like this line probably has to move over a little bit, but we're going to find out. And I think it does that. I don't know, maybe it's close. Has a little bump out right here. That's pretty close. And then this one, halfway is there. That's where that goes. I can have a mark there, and I can have a mark where I think this is going to go, and I can connect. That made it a lot easier. And that's going to make it a lot easier when you do your eyes as well.